going to show you how to do steps 30, 31, and 32. You should have just finished sewing all 4 of your reinforcement X's on each end of your webbing. Okay, so you should have 4 X's that are all done. Okay. Next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a handle grip that's on the handles. So you should have pinned those down before you started sewing your X's to keep the handle out of the way. Now you're going to be taking those 2 pins out. Okay. And number 30 says to fold the body of your bag in half lengthwise. Okay, so it's folding your pocket in half and everything. Okay. And you match up the 2 top edges here and the corners here. Okay. Then it says you're going to pull the webbing up above where the bag is, okay, and you want it to be flat, not twisted. Okay. You're going to pull this straight up, and you're going to find the highest point of the webbing, and you're going to put a pin here. Okay, so I have it straight up, and I'm going to put my pin just like that, so I know that that is my halfway point from my webbing. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, so I match up the corners. I'm going to pull the handles straight up and kind of crease it. And I'm going to put my pin down and back up to mark where my halfway point is from right here. Okay. Step 31 says at the pin, you're going to fold the webbing in half with the fold being on the top and the 2 edges of the webbing pointing down toward the top of the bag. So that means I'm going to take my webbing and I'm going to fold it in half so that the folded part is facing up towards the ceiling and the 2 edges of the webbing are down towards the bag. Okay, just like this. 32 says I'm going to mark 3 inches on each side of where my center pin is, and I am going to pin those down. Okay, so I have my center pin here. Okay, and my webbing is folded in half. I'm going to use my hem gauge, and I'm going to measure 3 inches over, and I'm going to draw a line. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I have it folded, measure from the pin over 3 inches, draw a mark there. Now I can pin this to keep it in place. Okay, so I can move this pin so it stays so it's folded. Okay, and then 3 inches over here. I can put a pin here so it stays folded. I can do the same thing over here so it stays folded. And remember, when you're folding, when this is in half, this is folded in half, your webbing should have the folded part facing up and the part that's open where you have the 2 edges of the webbing, that should be facing down towards the fabric of your bag. Okay, you're going to do the same thing to the other one, the other side. So you have your halfway pin. You fold it so that the 2 edges go down towards your bag and the folded side is up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to measure 3 inches over and draw a mark. So I'm lining the pin up at the 3 for this side. And I have a line here. And then the same thing over here. Go 3 inches over and draw a mark. And then I'm going to put pins there to keep it so it stays folded down. So I'll move my center one so it's holding it down. I take another pin. To pin that one down. And another pin. To pin this one off. Okay. And then you're done.